Imagine being dropped into the Ice Age. Outside, the temperature is negative 35 degrees Celsius. The wind strips heat from your body faster than modern winter jackets can replace it. Without electricity, without central heating, without synthetic insulation, you would probably die before sunrise. Yet our ancestors survived these conditions for tens of thousands of years. The answer was not luck. It was not brute strength. It was engineering. Long before physics had equations, long before anyone understood molecules or thermodynamics, humans were already mastering them. They built shelters that trapped heat, created clothing that controlled airflow at the microscopic level, and designed fireplaces that recycled warmth instead of wasting it. The hidden science behind Ice Age thermal engineering reveals why prehistoric humans may have understood heat better than many people do today. To understand how extraordinary this achievement was, we first have to understand the enemy. The Ice Age was not simply a colder version of today's winter, it was a completely different world. During the last glacial maximum, around 20,000 years ago, enormous ice sheets covered much of North America and northern Europe. Entire mountain ranges disappeared beneath glaciers more than 2 kilometers thick. Vast plains stretched across continents where forests once stood, while relentless winds swept across the frozen landscape with almost nothing to slow them down. Temperatures regularly plunged below negative 35 degrees Celsius, and in many regions, they dropped even lower. But the real killer was not the cold itself. It was the speed at which your body lost heat. Every second you are alive, your body generates energy. Even while sitting completely still, the average adult produces around 100 watts of heat, roughly the same as an old incandescent light bulb. That heat is what keeps your organs functioning. Your heart depends on it. Your brain depends on it. Every cell in your body depends on maintaining a narrow internal temperature of around 37 degrees Celsius. The moment your body loses heat faster than it can produce it, a silent countdown begins. First, your fingers become numb. Then your muscles stop responding. Your thinking slows. Simple decisions become impossible. Eventually, your heart can no longer maintain its rhythm. This is hypothermia, and in Ice Age conditions, it could happen frighteningly fast. Modern survival experts know that exposure is not determined only by air temperature. Wind can steal heat from your skin several times faster than still air. This process is called convection. Imagine pouring hot coffee into a mug. Leave it on a table and it cools slowly. Now stir it continuously. The moving liquid carries heat away much faster. Air behaves exactly the same way. Every gust of freezing wind acts like an invisible spoon, constantly sweeping away the thin layer of warm air surrounding your body. Your personal insulation disappears in seconds. This is why a calm day at negative 20 can feel survivable, while a windy day at the same temperature becomes deadly. Our ancestors did not know the word convection, but they understood its effects with incredible precision. They knew which valleys trapped warm air, which hills created deadly wind tunnels, which cave entrances faced the morning sun, and which directions storms usually arrived from. They were reading thermal landscapes thousands of years before meteorology even existed. And that was only the beginning, because wind was not their only enemy. Heat was escaping in 4 different directions at once, into the frozen ground beneath their feet, into the icy air surrounding them, into the night sky through invisible infrared radiation, and through every breath they exhaled into the freezing darkness. Nature was not attacking them with one problem. It attacked from every possible angle simultaneously. To survive, they could not simply stay warm. They had to control the movement of energy itself, without equations, without laboratories, without thermometers, only through observation, experimentation, and knowledge passed from one generation to the next. That knowledge transformed early humans into something remarkable, not merely survivors, but the world's very first thermal engineers. And nowhere is that engineering genius more obvious than in the invention that changed human history forever: fire. Because despite what most people believe, fire alone was never enough. The real genius was not in creating heat. It was in keeping it exactly where it needed to be for exactly as long as survival demanded.